podium.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sarah Dunham, the Director of the Office of Transportation and Air Quality here at the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. And it is my very great privilege to be able to welcome all of you to EPA here today. It is an honor for me to be here today because in just a few minutes, Administrator Regan will be signing the agency's final rule to cut smog and soot-forming emissions from heavy-duty trucks beginning with model year 2027.
What's going on, Mother Truckers? We need to talk about this information right here because anything to do with the trucking industry, we need to have that conversation. And today, the EPA has made a final rule on something that hasn't been made in over 21 years. The last time the EPA has made a rule for semi-trucks, it was in 2001, right? So basically, the EPA enacts tougher pollution rule for trucks, vans, and buses. So basically, the new rule that was just assigned today, which will take effect in 60 days after it is published in the Federal Register and will apply to model year 2027 and beyond. So this is what it is. So the EPA said that the new rule would require truck makers to reduce vehicle emissions of lung-damaging nitrogen dioxide 80% below the current standard. California rule calls for a 90% cut, but 80%. So pretty much by 2027, any new truck that is purchased pretty much would almost have to be electric. And this is just phase 1 of 3. And in this EPA meeting, and they had this live today, one of their workers even states that their goal is for people to trade in their old semi-trucks for the newer standard one. You know, they talk about it being affordable enough, but the truth is that type of technology will not be affordable enough, and it will take out a lot of mom and pop trucking companies.
Have to be purchased. In order to really make a difference, we have to get the older trucks off the road, and people have to buy the newer trucks. And that's why the affordability is really important, and you got to really find that sweet spot. A high standard where that doesn't achieve changes within the industry doesn't really get us anywhere. So really a fine line needs to be walked, and we believe today that's been achieved.
You know, Mother Truckers, watch this right here. What are your thoughts about this? But this is the start of forcing truck drivers in the future to potentially buy electric trucks, and the days of diesel engines will be gone. So this is phase 1 of that. Mother Truckers, check this out.
So we appreciate the Biden-Harris administration's commitment to cleaning up vehicle pollution and driving the nation's towards zero-emission transportation powered by a zero-emission electric grid.
My family lives in a multi-generational home in Houston, Texas, a city known to have poor air quality due to the Houston Ship Channel, heavy industry, numerous oil refineries, and freight routes. Our home in Houston is surrounded by an 18-wheeler parking lot, a demolition company, a crating company, and a small road that sees constant movement from heavy-duty trucks all day. Every day I hear the trucks and I see the traffic and I hear the idling, and sometimes we can even smell and taste it. Our experience is far from uncommon. People living in low-income communities and communities of color are more likely to live near truck routes, bearing the brunt of emissions from these vehicles.
Everyone in this country, regardless of the color of their skin, the money in their pocket, or the community that they live in, deserve clean air to breathe, clean water to drink, and the opportunity to live, work, and thrive in a healthy environment. And polluted air and toxic emissions are undeniably a detriment to that opportunity. An estimated 72 million people, often people of color or people with lower incomes, live near freight routes in America. These communities are overburdened and disproportionately exposed to pollution from heavy-duty vehicles, resulting in adverse health challenges, including respiratory and cardiovascular illness. Environmental justice centers all of our agency's work, and we're here today to highlight one way EPA is working to create a cleaner, healthier, and more just future for everyone. I'm so proud to announce that EPA has finalized the strongest ever national standards that will reduce smog and soot-forming nitrogen oxide emissions from heavy-duty vehicles and engines. Because of our collective work, this rule will result in widespread air quality improvements across the United States, especially in communities near major roadways that are overburdened by air pollution. The standard will begin with model year 2027 and is the first comprehensive national nitrogen oxide standard for heavy-duty trucks and engines in more than 20 years. This rule is historic, and it's a game changer for people all across this country. EPA engaged with a variety of stakeholders, including impacted communities, tribal, state, and local governments, environmental justice organizations, labor groups, to deliver the most ambitious standards swiftly and in accordance with the law. These national standards are as strong as possible, will take effect as soon as possible, and will last for as long as possible. And the benefits of this action will exceed its cost by billions of dollars, saving lives, reducing emergency room visits, and preventing days lost at school and work due to illness. But folks, this is only the beginning. This rule is the first of 3 very important steps in EPA's Clean Trucks Plan that will pave the way to a zero emissions future. By the end of March in 2023, EPA will propose the next critical step in the Clean Trucks Plan to address climate pollution. And thanks to the leadership of President Biden and my colleagues in Congress, through unprecedented resources from the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law and the Inflation Reduction Act, we will work to overhaul our nation's heavy-duty truck fleet for the next generation. While EPA standards will push heavy-duty trucks to be cleaner, this administration's investments in cleaner trucks and cleaner technology will propel us further and faster than ever before. I'm incredibly grateful to all who helped us get to this moment. Thank you to EPA's phenomenal career staff who played a role in pushing us through to the finish line. And you all have worked around the clock, especially over the last few weeks, and the people of this country are much better off because of your dedication. Today marks a historic win for public health, for the environment, and for the future of our nation. Zero emission vehicles can and will be the American standard, and I'm excited that we're all hitting the accelerator together. Now, let's sign this rule.
Am I one of the kids? Yeah. This is the kids over this way. Kids on the other side? Where should I?